Hey everyone, today we are talking about 3 tips to advance no matter who you are. With it being so close to the end of the year, it seemed like this was the great time for this video because so many people are going to want to be planning and thinking about all the things they're going to change in 2025. And this is something that these 3 things have greatly affected pretty much any direction or anything I've been involved in, and I know they will really make a big difference for you as well. And when I say anyone, it doesn't matter if you're an employee, an employer, someone that is training for an event, whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're aiming to do. This isn't just job related, this applies to everything. And you know, consistency and skills and effort, that always applies to all of these different pieces. That's why so many different things in your life can all contribute to each other. So, number 1, don't be afraid of hard work. This is something that it should come without saying, but if you're wanting to do anything and you're wanting to do it well, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. So you're going to have to work hard. It's a part of stretching your comfort zone and pushing yourself outside of your limits, is really giving it your all and going after stuff. Whether that's really trying to excel at your job so you get noticed and you can move up, or whether that's you're an employer and you have a business and you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to learn and educate and grow very, very quickly, you're going to have to work hard. And most of the time in that form of working hard to separate yourself, you're gonna have to do things that other people won't do. That's what's gonna make you stand out. That's what's going to create the gap. And a lot of times, most of us are just people of average skills. It's just the willingness to work harder that can take you from here to there. Second, hold yourself to a whole new level, a whole different standard of accountability. And what I mean by this is I've seen so many things, whether it be employees, other business owners, myself, of when something happens, it's so easy to not want to blame ourselves and kind of have something else be the scapegoat. Oh, it's not my issue. It's because the economy. It's because of the employees. It's because of my employer. It's because of whatever excuse I have. And it's so easy to just be a victim of a situation versus be totally accountable and say, well, hey, I put myself in this situation. The employer that blames it on his employees. Well, you hired those employees. You could take accountability for that. The employee that blames it on a situation or his employer. Well, you did the thing that caused the situation. A person who doesn't have the results in some kind of event or whatever it is, a test. It's not that the test was hard necessarily. Did you do the work to prepare yourself for it? So bringing in a whole new level of accountability will just move so many other things out of your way in life, because you remove that opportunity to make an excuse, and an excuse is really just a waste of time. For one person, it's to make you feel better. It's not doing anything for anyone else. Everyone just hears it, takes that excuse at face value, and moves on and knows that you were just trying to make yourself feel better. That's what we do. It is so easy to point in every direction, but look in the mirror and say it's ourselves. So taking a whole new level of accountability will advance you so much faster, because you're not deflecting things and you're just like, oh, yes, I did that wrong, whether I like that or not. And I'm going to take that for an example of how to do better next time, whether that be you're driving in a car. Like if you get in a wreck and someone pulls out in front of you, yes, they pulled out in front of you, but you were in the car. You could have been further back. You could have been more prepared. So taking accountability will really put you in the driver's seat of your life, because you're the only one you have control of. If you put everyone else at the wheel, then you're just at the mercy of everyone, except for the person who's going to make the best choices for you. Now, finally, the third one is huge, and you've got to do this, and that's be consistent. Consistency is everything in everything you do. If you're training for an event, consistently training day in and day out. If you're training for school, and when I say training, studying for school to ace a test, consistently doing a little bit at a time to keep that top of mind and keep that knowledge strong. If you're wanting to grow a business, consistently learning, making the right decisions. If you're wanting to move up in a company, consistently showing up and showing that you've got the best intentions of moving up in that company. Consistency wins. They say being consistently good is so much better than being occasionally great. And there is no better saying than that, because just showing up, just chipping at that block every day is so much better than showing up and try to make up for it. Oh, I let my diet slide for 3 days, so I'm going to really not eat anything this day and try to make up for it. Oh, I didn't do whatever it was, read 10 pages of book for a few days, so now I'm going to read 40 pages of a book and try to keep up with it. Trying to be, or not trying, being consistent with the little tasks will put you miles down the road, because it's also human nature, just like not wanting to be accountable for things, because it's easy to just kind of blow stuff off it's also human nature to not really like want to stay consistent with things. It's easy to be like, oh, I'll get there. I'll get it when it's time's right. And really, there's no better time than today to get on top of things and stay consistent. So I promise, if you do these 3 things, you stay consistent, you hold yourself to a new level of accountability, and you are willing to outwork your competition and those that you're wanting to advance in front of, you're going to have success.